Muletrain!
It is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Tuesday, March 14, 2017, brought to you by the First Bacon Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Funeral services for Cleo Ward, 92 of Muleshoe, will be at 2 on Wednesday afternoon in the Muleshoe Church of Christ, where he was a longtime member. Mike McDonald of Lubbock and J.W. Rainey of Hawley will both officiate at the services. Cleo Ward died on Sunday here in Muleshoe. He was a resident at the Parkview Nursing Care Center. He was born July the 12th, 1924 in Hugo, Oklahoma to A.E. and Vivian Eason Ward. He married Ruby McMahon on January the 19th, 1957 at the Northside Church of Christ in Muleshoe. When Cleo Ward was 6 months old, the Wards came to Texas in a covered wagon and first landed at Fluvanna. When the weather turned very cold and bad, it blew the tarp off of their covered wagon, and little Cleo, being just a baby, almost died. Then the next year, in 1925, the family moved to South Bailey County. When he was 12 years old, they moved near the Bailey County Cemetery, and he and Ruby had lived here in Muleshoe all of their married life and reared their 3 sons. He was a member of the Muleshoe Church of Christ. He farmed northwest of Muleshoe and did also custom hay cutting and baling until he retired in 1970s. He loved gardening and for years supplied his family, friends, and neighbors all types of vegetables, and we certainly had been the recipients of those wonderful vegetables. He always had a very large garden of carrots, onions, radishes, watermelons, turnips, okra, cucumbers, corn, squash, peppers, and tomatoes. And even one year, Cleo planted 10 acres of pinto beans. Many years ago, he would sell his fresh vegetables to Lee's vegetable stand that was located on the Clovis Highway. Cleo Ward is survived by his wife Ruby at the Parkview Nursing Care Center. Also his 3 sons here in Muleshoe, Cecil Ward, and then Dan and his wife Tony of Lubbock, and Marvin and his wife Tammy of Amarillo. Also surviving Cleo Ward, one brother, Dudley Ward of Hobbs, New Mexico, and 2 sisters, Leatrice Garth of Dumas and Helen Vincent of Denison. One brother-in-law, Clyde McMahon of Abilene. 3 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren also survive. You can go online to send condolences to the Ward family at www.ellisfuneralhomes.com, and he was a very faithful listener to Channel 6. Repeating, Cleo Ward died at the age of 92 on Sunday here in Muleshoe, and the funeral services will be held on 2 Wednesday afternoon at the Muleshoe Church of Christ, where he was a long-time member. Dinner for the family will be served at 12:30 on Wednesday after the funeral services, or before the funeral services, pardon me. Mike McDonald of Lubbock and J.W. Rainey of Hawley will officiate. Please remember all of the family of Cleo Ray Ward in your prayers. Funeral Mass for Felipa Fuentes Garcia, 80 of Muleshoe, will be held Wednesday morning at 11 in the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church of Muleshoe, with Father Rene Perez officiating, the pastor of that congregation. The burial will be in the Muleshoe Memorial Park Cemetery under the direction of Ellis Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Rosary will be recited at 7 on Tuesday night at Ellis Funeral Home Chapel here in Muleshoe. She was born February 5th, 1938 at Tonavale, Texas, to Gregorio and Maria Contreras Fuentes. She married Lino Garcia December the 5th, 1953 in Brogada, Texas. Mrs. Garcia enjoyed working crossword puzzles, coloring, writing letters to her friends, and shopping by mail. She also enjoyed her plants and flowers in her home. Felipa was very persistent in keeping up with all of her friends and family's birthdays and anniversaries. She was preceded in death by her parents, one grandson, Jose Francisco Fuentes, and 4 children. Survivors are her husband, Lino, and also 6 sons, Francisco Garcia and his wife, Iris of Odessa, Lino and his wife, Billy Fay of Crane, Solomon and his wife, Alice, and also Lucas, all of Odessa, Gregory and his wife, Jo Angela of Clovis, and Reuben and his wife, Lucy of Muleshoe. There are also 5 daughters, Yolanda Mendoza and her husband, Beto of Muleshoe, and Selma Chacon and her husband, Javier of Odessa, Beatrice Padilla of Muleshoe, Rafaela Valverde and her husband, Adolfo of Canyon, and Juanita Del Toro and her husband, Michael of Muleshoe. One brother, Antonio Fuentes of Loving, New Mexico, 33 grandchildren, 38 great-grandchildren, and 3 great-great-grandchildren also survive Felipa Fuentes Garcia. The family asked that memorials be sent to Muleshoe Meals on Wheels Incorporated, 300 South 1st Street here in Muleshoe. And, of course, that zip is 79347. And you can go online to send sympathy messages to the family at www.ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, please remember the family of Felipa Garcia, 80 of Muleshoe, who died here in Muleshoe on Sunday. And Rosary will be recited at 7 Tuesday night at Ellis Funeral Home Chapel. And the funeral mass will be held on 11 o'clock Wednesday morning in the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church of Muleshoe, and burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellis Funeral Home of Muleshoe. The high in Muleshoe on Monday was 63 degrees. The low was 32 degrees. And at 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning, it was 33 degrees officially here in Muleshoe. And now, 5 area telephone West Plains Telecommunications brings you the weather forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, Earth, and our entire vicinity. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Secure your life with fast technologies available through 5 area, whether you're in Muleshoe or anywhere in the world. Security and automation services for your home, farm, or business available now through your hometown company. 5 area plans starting now at $20 per month. Fast Technologies offers live and recordable video surveillance. Control your door locks and garage doors, whether you're in your recliner around the corner or in Dallas. Lighting control and motion detection. Door and window sensors. Receive alerts through text, email, or phone. Plans again starting at $20 per month. Call today, 5 area 806-272-5533, or go by their website at 5area.com. They will also be happy to give you an on-site demo, so stop by their offices today, 302 Uvalde Street on the west edge of Muleshoe. A DSL internet connection is required. That's home, farm, and business security and automation services available through Fast Technologies at 5 area. Call 806-272-5533 for more information. Well, looking at our forecast for the rest of this spring break week here in the Muleshoe area, sunny with a high near 79 degrees this afternoon on Tuesday. Southwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, becoming north in the afternoon. Mostly clear tonight, low around 35 degrees. East winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Then sunny on Wednesday, high near 77 degrees. East winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, becoming south in the afternoon. Mostly clear Wednesday night, low around 43. Southeast winds around 10 miles per hour. Sunny on Thursday, high around 84 degrees. Southwest winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear, low around 46 Thursday night. West-southwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Then sunny on Friday, high near 77. West-northwest winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour, becoming east-northeast in the afternoon. Mostly clear Friday night, low around 41. East winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Saturday, beginning our weekend, sunny, high near 79 degrees. East winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, becoming south in the afternoon. Mostly clear Saturday night, low around 47. So some very nice temperatures here as it's warming this week with calm winds, no extremely windy days in the next 4 to 5 days here for Muleshoe during this spring break week. Again, repeating today for Tuesday, sunny, high near 79 degrees. Southwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. This afternoon becoming north. Mostly clear tonight, low around 35. Sunny on Wednesday, high around 77 degrees. East winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear Wednesday night, low around 43. 5 area telephone West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
This is spring break here in the Muleshoe Independent School District, but also around the country, spring break in many and most of our schools. Aline Bryant is being honored this month as a special friend to the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center. She's a very sweet lady and was faithful to be a part of the Senior Citizens Center for many years, and she enjoyed the meals at the center and visiting with her friends. She has gone now to live with her daughter in Amarillo. Aline Bryant has also contributed money to help keep the program of the senior citizens in Muleshoe going. Aline Bryant was a public school teacher in the elementary schools of Muleshoe for many years. Aline Bryant is greatly missed here in Muleshoe by us here at Channel 6, but also at the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center, and is being named a special friend to the center for the month of March. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just one moment. Please stay tuned.
Leal's, the best place to get fajitas, burritos, salads, and grilled cheese. They also have the best seasoning ever. So go to Leal's Mexican Food Restaurant at 1010 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, Texas. The best Mexican food ever.
This edition of the Muletrain News is being brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant, along with the First Bank, where First Bank is introducing the new School Spirit MasterCard debit card, available now at First Bank for the Muleshoe Mules, Dimmitt Bobcats, or Bovina Mustangs. Go by 202 South First Street right here in Muleshoe, or call 806-272-4515. The First Bank. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school every time you swipe your card with the new School Spirit MasterCard debit cards, available for the Muleshoe Mules, now at First Bank here in Muleshoe, member FDIC.
The City Council voted to fund through the city hotel and motel tax funds a summer outdoor concert to be sponsored by the Muleshoe Country Club and held at the driving range next to the country club this summer. Rotating, you will see online and on the air the Muleshoe City Council meeting in its entirety, and also the Ag Fair that was held last Friday for fourth graders in Spring Lake Earth, Lasbuddy, and Muleshoe schools. Also, the 3 Sunday programs from the Calvary Baptist Church, In Search of the Lord's Way, and the First United Methodist Church. Deb and Jack Stone's concert at the First Baptist Church on Sunday evening here in Muleshoe, and all of those are online now and on the air as well. Also, we have a very interesting video that will be coming up later this week, and that is the painting of the Bailey County Courthouse, and that is being done now by Joe Garcia and his crew, and also his mother and father of Muleshoe. So be sure and watch for that. And when you pass by the courthouse, you are going to be pleasantly surprised at the beauty of the courthouse and how easily you can read all of the things that are on the Bailey County Courthouse, especially on the front. Well, Kimberly Ansaldua did it. She found Blue, the pit bull mix that was missing from the Michael Dan Lopez family in Fort Worth. On February the 25th, they were here in Muleshoe visiting and attending the funeral services of a friend, Brett Clements, when Blue went missing. And he was missing for quite some time, but Blue is now found thanks to Kimberly Ansaldua. The Muleshoe Independent School District is accepting applications for a bus driving positions. You may apply online at www.muleshoeisd.net, or you can pick up an application at the Muleshoe Independent School District Main Administration Office at 514 West Avenue G between 8 and 4 Monday through Friday. For more information concerning the position, you can call 806-272-7310. Muleshoe ISD is an equal opportunity employer. This is a great opportunity for retirees to help make a difference in the life of a child. Muleshoe Schools would like to make sure that every Muleshoe High School graduate has the opportunity to pursue an education beyond high school. 17 years ago, Muleshoe ISD Board of Trustees took a bold step toward this goal by establishing the Muleshoe Opportunity Scholarship Trust, as we know most. every MHS graduate receives a $500 scholarship to a post-secondary institution of his or her choice. The most scholarship is made possible through contributions, honorariums, gifts, and memorials. They invite you to be a part of offering a successful beginning to all of our MHS graduates by making certain that every individual who graduates from Muleshoe High School has a scholarship. Your donations of any amount, large or small, will be greatly appreciated by the Muleshoe Independent School District and also by every graduate of Muleshoe High School. Even a small amount, when pooled with others, can make a big difference in the lives of our high school students. You may send a fully tax-deductible donation to MOST Scholarship, MOST Scholarship, in care of Muleshoe ISD at 514 West Avenue G, and Muleshoe's zip is 79347. The MOST scholarships will be given to all Muleshoe High School graduates who attend a university, college, or a trade school. Monies for this scholarship will be handled through the Opportunity Plan Incorporated out of Canyon. Muleshoe ISD plans to publish the names of all donors in the local newspaper in June. Any donor who wishes to remain anonymous is encouraged to make that request at the time they send in their donation. And in advance, thank you so very much for your contributions over the past 17 years to MOST, and for your donation now to MOST to continue this most valuable scholarship fund. Now, down at McDonald's in Muleshoe on US Highway 84, when you buy a Big Mac now, they donate 25 cents to the MOST Scholarship Fund. So that is certainly nice of Susan Creedle at McDonald's in Muleshoe. March is March for Meals Across America, and Muleshoe Meals on Wheels Incorporated asks you to donate during this month of March to the local Meals on Wheels. All donations are kept right here in Muleshoe locally and used to feed your neighbors. Contact Judy Kaufman at the Bailey County Courthouse, or you can call 1-806-272-3647, and that is certainly a wonderful cause right here in our hometown to help our neighbors. We'll be back with more Muletrain in just a moment.
Muleshoe State Bank and AIM Bank are merging, bringing many exciting opportunities to the Muleshoe, Lasbuddy, and Farwell areas. AIM Bank will bring technology enhancements and increased lending capabilities while keeping all the same smiling faces you're used to in the Farwell and Muleshoe locations. The merger is expected to be completed during the second quarter of 2017. Muleshoe State Bank and Farwell Banking Center will join AIM Bank's 16 full-service locations in the Panhandle, South Plains, Permian Basin, and Big Country regions of Texas, combined with an ATM network of more than 750 Stripes convenience store locations in Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. AIM Bank and Muleshoe State Bank have a commitment to supporting local communities and their local customers. Muleshoe State Bank and AIM Bank, where a handshake still means something, both member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The Muleshoe Area Medical Center has 3 new nurse practitioners, Christy Lee, Leonaria, and Janice Soto, to serve you and help you feel better. You can call to make an appointment with Christy Lee or Leonaria at 806 272-7544. That's the medical clinic of Muleshoe, which is located inside of the Muleshoe Area Medical Center at 708 South 1st Street. Jana Soto works with Dr. Bruce Purdy across the street from the hospital at the Family Medical Clinic. There are 3 new nurse practitioners, Christy Lee, Leo Neria, and Janice Soto, now working with the Muleshoe Area Medical Center.
Frying Cox, 401 South 1st Street in Muleshoe, now has out their spring merchandise book. If they don't have it in the store, they can get it for you fast out of the merchandise book. Also, sign up today as they'll be giving away 2 $500 shopping sprees in Frying Cox this spring. Speaking of the spring, now in at Frying Cox, Medina Soil Activator Fertilizer, Hosta Grow Plant, and Hosta Grow Lawn Liquid Plant and Lawn Food. They have them in gallon-sized bottles as well. And for the organic gardeners, the Medina Growing Green Organic Granular Fertilizer derived from pasteurized poultry manure, Miracle Grow potting mix and moisture control in the 8-quart, 1 cubic foot, and 2 cubic foot bags. And check out the Jolly Gardener potting soil. See Frying Cox's great selection of lawn and tree, weed, and feed fertilizers to get your lawn started off right. The manager's special for this spring march is a square or round point shovel or garden rake or hoe marked down to $4.97 while supplies last. Lots of new fabrics in at Frying Cox in their new sewing room, and also see the cool Oliso Smart Iron, the only iron with automatic feet. Simply touch the handle and the iron lowers, ready to work. Take your hand off the iron and it lifts off the board, preventing scorches, burns, and tipping. Wedding gift selections for Kelsey Stewart and Austin Stencil, now available at Frying Cox, and brand new in Forney steel sheet metal security screens, chimney screens, pet cages, rebar, angle iron, aluminum tubing, flat iron rod, threaded rods, steel rods in many different sizes and lengths, now in new at Frying Cox. And don't forget about their spring merchandise book and enter to win your chance at 2 $500 shopping giveaways at Frying Cox, 401 South 1st Street in Muleshoe, Texas.
On our prayer list, Jean Richardson was on a cruise when she fell and broke her left hip. She was airlifted to Fort Lauderdale, where she had surgery and should be back in Muleshoe this week. Please remember Jean Richardson, her husband Mike, and all of her family in your prayers. Harper Kirby, great-granddaughter of Mary Janice Brantley, is on our prayer list. Olin and Nola Clements, Eric and Angela Hall, Corlin and Jean Paul Jarman, Leela Sue and Doyle King, Nina and Bob Landers. Also, continue to remember Ed Cox, and he was dismissed from his doctor. You know, he fell back in December and broke a bone in his left shoulder. And, of course, they formerly lived here in Muleshoe for many years. The family of Robert McReynolds, 89, of Dallas, a Muleshoe High School graduate of 1945. Remember Shani Nichols and all of her family. Laurinette Mason and her family. Landon Nichols and his family. Mary Ellen Robertson and her family. And it was so good to see Clinton and Maxine Rogers Sunday night at the First Baptist Church. Maxine just looks so beautiful. Always remember also Doris Scott and the President of the United States and his cabinet, and all of our men and women who serve us not only in Washington, D.C., but also in Austin and right here at home in Muleshoe and Bailey County. Molly Anthony of Portales, the mother of Mark Anthony of Muleshoe, Jenny McVicker in Amarillo, Jean Allison and Sam Dameron, both of Lubbock, and Anita Mitchell and Marjorie Precure, both of Irving, Cassie Precure Schaefer, undergoing chemo in Colorado Springs. Lavinia and Lloyd Garlington. Elaine Phillips, we understand, has not moved to Kansas. So we're so glad that Elaine Phillips is still right here at home in Muleshoe and doing better. But remember Elaine in your prayers, please. Judy Lambert and Hattie Ray Lambert, both of Lubbock. Judy has injured her hip and is having a hard time getting around. Always remember all of our residents at the Parkview Nursing Care Center as well. Dorothy Sorley, Gabby Stone, Brian Taylor, Dorothy Turner, and Glenn Watkins in Plainview. Larry Thornton right here in Muleshoe. Betty Noble and her son Sandy Noble and her great-grandson Dylan Noble in rehab for a broken neck due to an accident recently. Dylan is the son of Johnny Noble, a Muleshoe High School graduate, and the grandson of both Danny Noble and Cynthia Gable Haynes, both formerly of Muleshoe. The family of Johnny Rundell, 84, of Muleshoe, Robin Dickerson of Muleshoe, and remember Beverly Turney also, and Brenna Shipman in your prayers. Robert and Maureen Hooten remain in our prayers, and Wynn Cantwell, who is a new resident of the Running Water Draw Care Center in Olton, and her family.
Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bake, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain on Reach Broadband Channel 6 in our rotation. Also find it free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith, the gift of flying. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
And The Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They're celebrating 77 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric. They're owned by the members they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online, bcecoop.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO, David Markle, all hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Linda Street Ely of Liberty lost a husband and 2 young children in a house fire. She says the experience made her grow spiritually, and she has written a book and makes speeches all over the world.
And I'm happy to do it anytime.
To assuage her grief, she went to an air show in Houston.
And I said to myself, I don't give a hoot about airplanes or air shows, but it'll sure get me out of the house. And as I stood there at the air show and I watched the military demonstration team and the aerobatics, World War II reenactment, I kept thinking, I wonder what it would be like to do that. That was a Saturday. So on Monday, I went back and I inquired at the flight school there, and I took my first Discovery flight that day.
She considers her flying a gift from God. She's been flying 12 years. For the last 11 years, she has been involved in flying competition.
I grew up in an auto racing family in Indianapolis, and my grandfather raced at Indy, and so racing was in my blood. So when I discovered airplanes later in life, I thought the first thing you do is race what you have, whether it's your 2 feet, your bicycle, your car, your boat, your airplane. I mostly compete in air racing. I have competed in aerobatics, spot landing contests, flower bombing, pumpkin chunking, and tomato dropping.
She likes pumpkin chunking.
We've had a pumpkin chunking contest in Tennessee that we've participated in where the target was an old porta potty. And so we would fly over and drop a pumpkin out of the airplane and try to hit the porta potty.
In the tomato event, pilots try to drop tomatoes on a big bullseye.
Yeah, just make sure that the judges don't stand in the drop zone. I won't say how I know that.
She met a pilot and they married. They've been together 10 years. He competes too. and they have a hangar full of trophies.
We race together now. We've been doing that about 7 years.
They fly all over the world.
Sometimes what you have to do in Africa is fly a low pass over the runway first for two purposes. One, to clear the cows, and two, to have everybody in the airplane look out into the trees and make sure there aren't people with guns there.
Linda Street Ely of Liberty. Her book is titled When We Move to Heaven. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.